Find the remainder when 3x to the power 3 plus 5x squared negative 11x plus 1 is divided by x plus 3. And the options you're given is A, your A is 2, B 1, C negative 1, and D negative 2. So you want to find the remainder when a polynomial is divided by another polynomial here. Now the very first step you need to carry out in solving this is, let's denote the polynomial we are given here. Let's denote this polynomial here. We'll denote it by f of x. So what I mean is, so let's f of x equals, so the polynomial we are given is 3x to the power 3 plus 5x squared negative 11x plus 1. And then the divisor is x plus 3. So let me just write that down. So the divisor that we're given is x plus 3. So the divisor is equals x plus 3. Now to find the remainder when this polynomial here is divided by x plus 3, I have to lay credence to the remainders theorem. The remainders theorem. Let me write that down. The remainders theorem. The remainders theorem. So I'm not going to state the remainders theorem here in this video, but I'm just going to show you how it works. Now what the remainders theorem says is that to find the remainder when a polynomial is divided by a particular polynomial, what you do as your first step is you set the divisor to 0. So the divisor we are given here is x plus 3 equals 0. Now you set this to 0. When you set this to 0, you solve for x. Now to solve for x, apparently you subtract 3 from both sides. So you have x plus 3 negative 3 equals 0 negative 3. So this goes off. So your x is just going to be 0 negative 3 is going to be negative 3. Now this is the solution when you set the divisor to 0. Now according to what the remainders theorem says is that it says if the function itself, that is the quotient which you're dividing, is f of x, and then having carried out the first step which I did here, I obtained my x to be negative 3. So what the remainders theorem says is, it says the remainder of, upon dividing f of x by x plus 3 is just f of negative 3. So what I mean is that you have f of x and then you have your divisor. So the remainders theorem says is to find the remainder when you divide f of x by x plus 3, the first step you carry out is you set the divisor to 0 and then solve for x. Now when you solve for x, whatever you have as your value of x, the remainder is just that value that you obtained, which is negative 3. So since my f of x is 3x, so let me just write that down. My f of x is 3x to the power 3 plus 5x squared negative 11x plus 1. So to find f of negative 3, that is f of negative 3, that simply implies anywhere I see x, I'll replace it with negative 3. So this is just going to be 3 times, so there's an x here, so I'm going to write negative 3 all to the power 3, then plus 5 times, so you have a negative 2 all to the power 2, then negative 11, then there's an x here again, so you place it with, so this should be 3, this should be 3 here, so 11 times negative 3, negative 3, then plus 1. So this is just going to give you, and this is 3, now negative 3 to the power 3, that is negative 27, then plus 5, negative 3 to the power 2, that is 9, then negative 11 times negative 3, that is negative times negative, you give positive, 11 times 3, that is 33, then plus 1. Now when you simplify this further, 3 times negative 27 is going to give you negative 81, plus 5 times 9 will give you plus 45, then plus 33 plus 1. So this is what you obtain. And when you simplify this, negative 81 plus 45 plus 33 plus 1, you would have negative 2. So in other words, the remainder is negative 2. So let's go ahead and check if our answer is here. Yeah, so this is our answer here, negative 2. So that completes the problem.